Your wife wants a divorce, and you've done all that you can do to save your marriage, and it's not working. Thank God you came to the right place. In today's video, I want to share with you 2 life-changing things that you can do to help save your marriage and, more importantly, bring you closer to God. But keep this in mind, there really is nothing that you can do more than allowing God to work through you to help save your marriage. So number 1, surrender to God and realize that you've tried to do it your way and it's not working. God wants to love your wife through you, so let him do it. God will show you how to love your wife the way that he loves you. But in order to do so, you need to learn about God first. How can you give what you don't have? And so, sticking to the idea of surrendering to God, you have to learn about God, and you have to learn about his love for you before you can give that to your wife. Ultimately, by surrendering to God, only he can save your marriage. You want your wife to fall in love with Jesus in you and not you, if that makes sense. But Jesus in you is kind of you and what God has planned for you, if that makes any sense. If you want your wife to love you more than Jesus, there's a bigger problem here. Number 2, love like God. Love, as St. Thomas Aquinas puts it, is to will the good of the other. And Jesus says in John chapter 15, verse 13, "No one has greater love than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends." Your wife is more than just a friend. God made your wife specifically for you to live out his plans for you. So you don't want to lay down your life for her? I mean, it's kind of obvious. If you're on the verge of divorce, you're on that route. So to love means to lay down your life. For example, when your wife is telling you to take out the trash, but you don't want to do it, you do it anyway because that's laying down your life. When you get upset, or when you want to get upset over something dumb that your wife says, instead of getting upset, you figure out a way to love. That's denying yourself. That's dying of yourself. So ultimately, we want God to work through us to love our spouse. And by learning about Jesus, by loving like Jesus, and by being Jesus, that can help save your marriage in itself. But when you are learning about Jesus, make sure that desire is there. Otherwise, it's not going to last. It's not going to be sincere. It's not going to be genuine. And you will end in a divorce. So, be Jesus to her, and she will not want a divorce. Those are the 2 things. How do I know this works? Well, God showed me. God showed me it works. I witnessed the miracle, and it all came about because of a surrendering to God and loving God above all things. And in Romans 8, verse 28, we know that all things work for good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. God called you and your wife to marriage, not to divorce. And so remember to be Jesus to your wife. Thanks for watching. And if you know someone struggling with divorce, please share this video with them and let them know that there is hope in Jesus Christ.